All through the ride, Lancelot's black horse stayed neck and neck with Tedros' blue-grey one, though the king rode at a reckless pace, not stopping once to eat or sleep. Tedros kept glancing over at his knight, but Lance was always there, right beside him, his face as placid as Tedros was clenched. And indeed, as they reached the outskirts of Nottingham, it was Tedros who finally halted first, his back hurting, stomach aching, and bladder bursting. He almost fell out of the saddle, darting behind a shrubby tree, while Lancelot opened a bag and laid out a late breakfast of smoked salmon, toasted bread, and fresh pears. "How much longer to Nottingham?" Tedros asked impatiently when he sat, lumping salmon between pieces of bread and scarfing it down. "You're not due in Sherwood Forest until 6, said Lancelot, watching Tedros stuff more food in his mouth. "No need to give yourself indigestion." "I have business in Nottingham first," said Tedros. The knight nodded. "No one has business in Nottingham." "I need to see Lady Grimlane." "Thought we were rid of that woman." "I have questions to ask her." "About what?" Tedros glared at the knight. "Nothing that concerns you." Lancelot took his time putting salmon on his toast. "You're right. None of my business if you think your steward had a child with your father." Tedros stopped eating, mouth full. "You don't think I thought this too? For half a second, at least," said Lancelot. "You're not pulling Excalibur. Guinevere hating that woman. The snake saying he's Arthur's son. All the clues are there." "And yet," Tedros said. "They don't set up. You didn't know your father when he was young. When he came to the school for good, he was shy, anxious, and a newly crowned king. No matter how popular he became, or how much muscle he built, or how cocky he might have acted, he was always the same Arthur inside, asking why he was chosen to put Excalibur over everyone else in the woods. It was Arthur's greatest strength. He relentlessly questioned himself and wanted the brutal truth. It's why he chose me as a best friend, a greasy, pock-marked lot who would tell him the truth instead of all that refined elder boys who'd die and say whatever he wanted to hear. And it's why he chose Gwen over all the other girls who just wanted him for his crown." "But Mother said Lady Grimlane was in love with him," Tedros argued. "Doesn't matter. Arthur followed his heart," the knight returned, pawing at his unruly curse. "He was too faithful to the truth to sneak around with this Grimlane creature. Gwen and I were the ones who traded in lies, not Arthur. Whoever this snake is, he's not your father's son." "I want to make sure of it," Tedros pressed it. I want to hear it from her mouth. Lancelot puts down his foot. Sometimes the last person you should ask for the truth is the one who knows it. What do you mean? Just because Lady Grimling knows the truth doesn't mean she'll tell the truth. Look at your own father. Every girl at school was in love with Arthur. Every single one. They all wanted to be his queen, but not Guinevere. That didn't stop him from loving her, of course. Still, he knew she didn't love him, even if she never revealed this truth to him himself. But I did. I told Arthur that Gwen didn't love him because it was obvious to both of us that she was in love with me. Yet, no matter how much Arthur valued the truth, in this one case, the truth wasn't good enough for him. He thought Camelot needed Guinevere. He thought having her as queen would make him a better king. It didn't matter that she didn't love him. If he could bend this truth through sheer force of will, it would mean all his doubts about his being chosen king were wrong. That he deserved to be good leader because he knew how to put good first. The knight gazed squarely at Tedros. That's how I know for sure there was nothing between your father and Lady Grimling, because King Arthur staked everything on his love for Guinevere. Everything. And it's why he lost everything when she left. Tedros shook his head, wilding up. But that's your side of the story. It's the side you tell yourself to feel better about taking my mother away from my father. It's the side that makes my father look like the villain. But what if there's another side? What if Arthur knew you and my mother were secretly seeing each other, and so he took revenge with Lady Grimling? Or what if my father sensed that my mother didn't love him and began to fall in love with his steward instead? Or what if my father made one bad decision, had one bad night? All of these are possible, said the knight. But beware trying to bend the truth to fit your story instead of facing it head on. That was your father's mistake. And that's how a snake becomes a lion, and a lion becomes a snake. Because the more you bend the truth to fit a story, the more it turns into lies without you even realizing it.